Yes, indeed. All right, let me do some quick explaining before we get the show started tonight. Drew is not here, and I'm only here physically.
This guy is an asshole.
Drew called me from what he said was the tarmac in Las Vegas, meaning I guess he was in the airplane, just sitting out there waiting. He called me at home about an hour and a half ago, and said if all goes well, he'll be about 10 or 15 minutes late. So we may have to do this first break without Drew. That's okay. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Now, here's the thing with me. I am sick. Not hungover sick. Actually legitimately sick. It just coincided with a lot of drinking and other things. But this is an actual cold I have. So, this is going to be a good show. Oh, I was so miserable last night. You know how miserable you are when you have a really sore throat and you're trying to sleep? Think how miserable you would be if you could only breathe through your mouth and you had a really sore throat and you're in some crappy motel and you don't have... I would have blown a guy for a squirt of that, what the hell is that stuff? What is that? Chloroseptic. I really would have performed oral sex on a guy for one shot of that Chloroseptic about 2:30 last night. Anyway, I had a rough weekend. I was in San Jose for the Live 105 gig, which was a ton of fun, and then I was in Irvine for the K-Rock Weenie Roast, and it was a real good time and a lot of good bands, and I really want to get into that and tell you some things that went on. Like some stuff that went on between Third Eye Blind and Green Day, and I saw what went down on stage, and then afterward, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't in the newspaper today, or maybe it was too late last night, maybe tomorrow. I don't know if you saw anything, but there was a lot of stuff going on, and I'll tell you what, I'll wait till Drew gets in here, God willing, and then I'll relate it to him because he was not around, and we seem to work better that way. So let me just jump into some calls. Hopefully Drew will be here to pick up the pieces, and we'll take it as usual. Dave?
Hey, Adam. How's it going?
Hey, sick as a dog. I feel like hell.
I know the feeling. But anyway, because I'm calling from here in Illinois, and everybody gets sick in Illinois. But anyway, my question for you is, can Viagra affect someone of my age? If they're still growing, can it affect changes or the growth? If someone my age took Viagra?
Oh, but not of your penis?
Well, it wouldn't do much anyway. I'm hung like a 5-year-old.
Well, what's up with your penis? Why do you want Viagra?
I don't know. I'm just curious. Like I said, I don't think it could help me much anyway at this state. I don't think my penis has grown since I was about 5.
Yeah, but are we talking about affecting the growth of your penis or affecting the growth of other limbs?
Period. Growth or change, or if you're going through puberty, can it affect that
All right.
in any way?
As you know, I'm no doctor.
Right.
Although I freely dispense medical advice, which is really one of the differences between me and real doctors. They charge a lot. I couldn't see how it would stunt your growth. It is a drug that apparently does have some side effects, and I wouldn't mess around with it, Dave. Dave, let me tell you something quite honestly. I'm 34 years old now. I did a lot of retarded things when I was younger, and I think about those things now. They do sort of add up. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, believe me, you'll be my age before you know it, and then you'll be pissed at yourself. Don't screw around.
Yeah, well, I just hope my penis grows before I get to be your age.
No, don't worry about it. Just get good at oral sex. All right?
All right.
All right. James.
Yeah, what's up?
You're 19.
Hey, can I wait till Drew comes back? 'Cause I trust him more than you.
No. James, you know I'm sick.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know you hell.
All right.
So here's what's up. I've been intimate with my girlfriend for about 2 weeks now, and every time we do it, she has to have her cat in the room, and it's friggin' annoying because I'm allergic to the damn cat.
More pussy for you, though, huh, James? Oh, okay. I couldn't resist that.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
And I wanted to make Drew wince in case he's listening on his ride back from the airport.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Hold on. Drew, and there's a good chance he'll have the show tuned in, and he should be on his way back from the airport, LAX at this point. I currently have my penis in your coffee mug. Okay. So, anyway, James,
Yeah.
She needs a cat in the
She
room.
needs a cat in there, but she always asks, like, hey, can I bring my cat in? And I usually don't complain because I just want to get some pussy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and the one time she didn't have her cat in the room was the only time she didn't have an orgasm. You think there could be something related about that?
Well, as I've explained many a time, there's a strong link between psychology and orgasms for women. You know what I mean? A guy wouldn't need a cat in the room to have an orgasm unless he was humping the cat.
Yeah.
The cat's presence would not make a difference. But women, sometimes things make a difference, and you need everything you can get out there. So if it makes a difference and it works for her, then you can't talk her out of it. You leave the cat in the room. You may want to put some pate on the backside of your nuts to see if you can't get the cat involved in the mix.
Yeah, that's another thing.
All right, James, that's enough. Chris,
Yeah.
you're
Hi, Adam.
15.
Yeah, I saw you perform with Dave Ferris. You were great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's another thing I got to get into. I was out there blowing the horn pretty good.
Yeah, you were. You were great.
Yeah. There was something that was blowing out there. I think it was me.
So, yeah, that Monique's pretty hot.
Yeah. And aren't they a cool band?
Yeah, they are. They really are.
And didn't they sound great?
They did. Yeah, most bands suck live.
For
Actually, most of the bands there were pretty good.
and for those who don't know what we're talking about, I think we had Dave Ferris in here on, was it Wednesday, Chris?
Something like, I don't know.
Last week, and I was talking to Monique and Jose and Eric from the band, and I suggested that I get up on stage and blow my horn, and God damn it if they didn't put me up on stage on the last song.
You were great.
Oh, thank you. Just
Much better.
real fun people.
Yeah, they are.
What's going on with you?
Okay, I just recently got out of juvenile hall. My mom had me arrested on a false charge.
Yeah.
So now my mom's a bit of an alcoholic. Say that first. Now I really got to walk on eggshells around her.
Wait a minute, Chris.
Uh-huh.
What were you in originally for something that your mom trumped up, or
Yeah.
did you ever do anything?
No, I never did anything. I was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon.
What'd your mom say you did?
She said I threw a glass cup at her when she was in a totally different room.
Uh-huh.
And I had witnesses to this, but if I would have fought my case, I would have been in there for years, so I pled guilty and got out. But now I have to walk on eggshells around her. She can call probation and get me put back in at any moment, and I was wondering what to do about that.
Well, you sound relatively sane, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sane.
But also, I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little bit suspicious. I mean, you had no prior record at all,
No, not at all.
and your mom just picks up the phone and calls the police and says you threw a glass at her, and
Yeah.
you say I absolutely didn't, and she's an alcoholic, and they're gonna lock you up.
Yeah. Because I guess they took, they're always going to take her word for it, and they were explaining to me in jail that they always have to take somebody out of the home in order to avoid, further problems.
All right.
So it was me. And no, I have no prior,
All right.
arrest or
Okay.
anything.
All right. Yeah, you got to put like a surveillance camera up in the living room now.
No, it's getting sad.
It's getting really sad.
It is.
Sad state that we need a surveillance camera almost everywhere now.
Yeah, it is.
And really, the only place we don't have a camera, even though many a Bel Air has one at the gate, and there's certainly houses that do, but I just mean, I think it's going to be as common as like a TV set or a toaster one day, and that is going to be sad. Although they're
Yeah, don't be like that.
well, wait a minute. I just thought about the pornography ramifications, and I'm now perked up a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so, Chris, I think you have to document everything and anything your mom does.
Well, when this happened, I even had 2 witnesses.
Yeah, but they were your stone buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
So,
Who are they going to defend? You can't bury the hatchet with your mom?
since I've been home, it's been going pretty good, but when I come home sometimes, when I came home from the weenie roast, like 3 o'clock in the morning, she suspected I was on drugs because she was drinking.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, I'm on extremely strict probation. I'm not taking any chances.
I didn't mean to break up the conversation you're having with Ann in there. Sorry about that. All right, Chris. Now listen, Mike's getting bored, so we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Here's what you got to do. I know it sounds retarded, but you got to walk on eggshells for a few years and get out of the house.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, thank you.
If you make her life miserable, she'll make your life miserable, and then you'll make the neighbors and the cops' life miserable.
Yeah.
Just give her what she wants,
Okay.
and then get out of the house and go to college and rebel. Maybe turn gay later.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we'll talk to... Uh-oh. That's bad. Let me try this. Oh, she is. Oh, I see. Dan.
Hi.
Hey, you're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I have plantar's warts on my feet, and I've been doing conventional treatment for the last 6 months, and I was wondering if there's any better way to get rid of them, because my feet, really hurt, and I'm knocked on my ass for a couple of days because I can't walk.
All right. Let's have a little fun with Drew, who, like I said, should be listening on the way back from the airport. The only way you can effectively remove those warts is to pour muriatic acid on them. And as a matter of fact, over your entire body. And then you have to light yourself on fire like you're protesting. Oh!
I did that last week. It was a good time. I should call it.
Drew, hold on. Oh, Dan, are you a lucky man?
Oh,
Look who's here, Big Drew.
Did I call that?
Drew looking good. Looks like he just came from the gym. Oh, I guess you got a little tan.
Oh.
All right, don't fall apart yet, because I'm falling apart.
Really? You sick?
Yeah. Talk to Dan. Tell him what to do with his warts.
There is some tape you can buy at the pharmacy called salicylic acid tape.
Salicylic acid tape.
Salicylic acid tape. And the little tapes in different sizes just to match your wart. Put it on, change every couple days, and that will dissolve the wart. It will go away.
All right, so should I stop the
Is that wart or is that a plantar's wart?
It's a plantar's wart.
No, that's different.
I've had it looked at by a dermatologist.
What's a plantar's wart?
Plantar's wart are those deep white-looking things get in the base of your foot. They hurt like hell. They sort of where your shoes pinch, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all kinds of belief out there that these are virally induced, and you have to dig them out and burn them and all this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's a hell. It's hell. I'm of the opinion, and I swear to God, this is only my opinion. I'm not giving you a scientifically based opinion. It's been my experience. Change your shoes. Walk around in sandals for about 3 weeks and see if that doesn't help as much as anything.
And grow your hair out and start smoking pot.
Oh, there you go.
And then join a cult.
And then tell your parents Adam Carolla told you to do that.
All right.
Oh,
well,
you are falling apart. Travel does that to you, doesn't it?
I went to San Jose, for Christ's sake. But I did shake a lot of hands of guys whose hands... As a matter of fact, I go back to take a whiz bushes last night over at the Weenie Roast.
I'm so proud of you.
Over by the food court. And I go back there to take a leak. And there's a guy standing back there taking a leak. And he just finishes taking the leak. And he turns around with the penis hand, his right hand, and turns around, he's really loaded, and he goes, hey, and he does that hand, thing where
it's coming at you.
It's coming at me, and like an idiot, or like a drunken idiot, and also out of just sort of reflex, I slap my hand on his hand, and we do those black plantation shakes. It's like a 5-parter.
He got your penis hand, too, though, don't forget.
No, I hadn't got to mine yet, and I'm left-handed.
All right.
So he got the magazine hand. But anyway, the point is I don't know what the hell I got, Drew, but I tell you, I got...
Just started today?
I got a serious cold. Last night about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
That didn't stop me from drinking a tub of pina coladas and eating about 400 stuffed potato skins. So
I'm really proud of you.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Hey, by the way, the reason I'm 10 minutes late, you and I have done a lot of traveling together, right? You ever heard of this one? Cat fight breaks out at the gate just as we're getting ready to board. I have 2 hours of free. I have loads of time to get there. Looks like the Jerry Springer show for about 5 minutes. And the gate guy goes, nope, nobody gets on this plane until security gets out. I don't care whose fault it is. Police are coming.
Let me say this.
An hour later, we got on the plane.
Let me say this to the airline folks and the stewardesses and the personnel that work for airlines, because this has been in the news quite a bit lately.
What, the fighting thing?
Unsavory passengers, guys drinking, getting out of line, and all that kind of stuff. And you'll be flying to Heathrow in London, and they'll land the goddamn plane in Chicago,
Cincinnati,
because there's some drunk a-hole in the back who grabbed the stewardess's ass.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I don't want drunken a-holes getting into fistfights on the airplane, but you stewardesses and you cabin guys, whatever you want to call yourselves, pilots and all that kind of stuff, grow up. You know what I mean? You got a guy's a little out of line. Go back there, tell him, listen, mofo, we're going to land this plane. You're going to be arrested. You're going to be met by marshals, and then move on.
You know what, though?
Let's not screw the other 150 people on the plane. They really overreact. They really go nuts. And I would be pissed as hell if I was on a plane and there was some jackass who agreed to act his age eventually, and they're still landing the plane in some other destination.
Well,
big deal. And why is it so different than a train or a bus?
You are in a bad mood.
All right, but
you're there.
So you can train in a bus pretty bad too.
The airline, I thought, handled it. Their personnel handled it beautifully. It's just they had a policy that beyond that security had to be there, and so.
But what I'm saying is that the two chicks get into a fight, right?
Yep.
Okay, pull them aside. You get on the plane. Everything goes as scheduled.
That's what I thought should have happened.
Of course. Yeah, what are they going to do?
Anyway.
Why should you be punished? Why should
our
you?
Listeners have been punished too.
Well, I just been thinking about this lately, and I wish the airlines would quit being such pussies.
Right.
You should get some guys in there, and stop having all these gay cabin guys, and maybe you could do it. Get some
this was a real.
Get some like pro wrestlers or something in there. Get the guy in like the scissors, a hammer lock, give him the pile driver.
All right. We've been away from each other for too long.
All right. I don't mind a little security on the plane. Get a henchman in there. Guy standing there between first class and the other one.
Mental note, Adam and Drew need 10 minutes before the show to talk to each other.
All right. Now,
so this doesn't happen on the air.
Listen. The listeners love this crap. I want to tell you what happened, and I know Ann and Lisa and Sherry and Mike were all there, but, I'll tell you what happened between Third Eye Blind and Green Day.
What happened?
It was like a scuffle in the hospital and blood and a broken bottle.
Now I'm really.
I saw it.
But now I'm really glad I wasn't there.
Well, Ann,
did you know what they would have done?
I was backstage.
Do you know what they would have done?
You saw the bottle breakage?
Yes.
All right. I saw the first part, and I saw the part before that where the guy, Orion from Third Eye Blind, came up to me swinging a bottle of rum around like a pirate with just about 3/4 of an inch left at the bottom of it, and said, "I am so effed up." And he was like hugging me and stuff, and I took a swig from the bottle. My friend took a swig from the bottle.
How did you get sick? I don't understand
this. Rum will kill germs. Yeah. Of course.
Oh, sure.
Don't you watch those movies where they dump the rum on the guy when he gets a cut? Listen, this guy was 3 or 4 sheets to the wind. So when he ran out on stage, I understood what was going on. But I'll tell you what I think we should do. Why don't we?
Before any of this, the Green Day, they actually broke the window in their trailer.
Yeah.
And their reasoning was because Corey Feldman was walking by and they wanted to say hi.
Let's take some calls, really.
And I didn't see Corey Feldman there either.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Let's take some calls.
He's going to be on next week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, good. I mean, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richard. I'm going to tell the Green Day Third Eye Blind story after the break.
All right.
But, Richard?
Yeah?
What's going on with you?
All right.
Richard, what's up?
Yeah, okay, for some reason, like, almost every single day now.
That's nice.
Well, what do you want me to do?
All right, go ahead, Richard.
All right, anyway, for some reason, I go up and with my sister, and she's like 14, I'm 15, and every single time I see her, I can't, like, get my hands off her, and she can't get, we can't get our hands off her.
What does that mean? What hands off each other? What are you guys doing to each
we
other?
can't stop making out and all, right?
You make out.
Yeah. And,
Your sister's 14.
Hmm?
Your sister is 14?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other siblings?
My brother.
Is he older?
No, he's like 12.
Does anything ever happen to either of you guys?
Not really.
What's not really?
Is this a stepsister?
Nothing really happened. My mom, just my mom used to spank me when I was little, but that's about it.
How about your sister? Anything happen to her?
Just about the same. We've always gotten the same punishment when we were little.
Who started this?
I think I did, because one day we were just, like sitting on the couch, and I started like scooting over to her, and then we just got like closer and.
All right, cut it out. All right, really, because if nobody has gotten to either of you, if no adult has sort of sexualized you guys in any inappropriate ways, obviously the physical abuse has been there, but that doesn't typically cause this kind of behavior. It certainly wouldn't cause it to go on to intercourse and that kind of thing. Cut it out.
Are you having intercourse?
No.
No, I mean they're not. Really, this is just I think one of those cut it out situations.
What base you getting to?
I've eaten her out a couple times.
Oh, that's
okay.
ridiculous. You believe him?
No, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit.
Richard. Just because you're a name dick don't mean you have to act like one, does it?
This doesn't fit for us, Richard. Doesn't fit.
All right. But if it is true, way to go.
No, if it is true, you got an adult needs to be notified about this because this is made up. So for everybody, how can we explain to people how we know this stuff is bogus?
Oh, Vicky's not eating out his sister.
I understand
That's
that.
how you know. There would be a sicker individual on the other line.
The history would be different, and the feeling that person would give us would be different.
Right.
We would feel differently about the call. And okay, pretend it is true. This is a desperately abnormal situation for anybody else who's going through this, if this happens to be your life.
All right, Richard.
And get some help.
I want to say something to Richard. Richard. If you've successfully tied up the line for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Statistically, according to Loveline stats,
By the way, come clean so people know that you're...
Oh, for the love of Christ.
Go ahead, Adam, go ahead.
You are so horrible.
Go ahead. I wasn't even listening to you.
Can't you smell a joke coming on? I'm going right into the goddamn statistics,
right,
and
go.
You got to jump in.
Go.
Oh, F it now.
Richard?
See ya.
Richard, come clean. This is BS, right? You're fake.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we established that.
Because we get people call, oh, my God, you didn't take this person seriously. Look, we can tell.
All right.
We can tell.
All right, you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to tell a joke?
No, because it had a setup.
You know better than to try to do a setup around me. Haven't you learned that?
Didn't you see what I say? You've been on hold for 2 hours,
Yeah,
2
but you bored
minutes
me
and
already.
45 seconds. According to Loveline statistics, that means, and now Drew jumps in.
What does it mean?
The point is you didn't sniff something coming on? Jesus Christ.
Nothing good.
All right, let's go to break, and I'll get a lozenge, and we'll be back.
Loveline's phone number is
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
I'm going to apologize for stepping on your joke, by the way.
No, that's all right. I want to apologize for lashing out at you and throwing the pen.
There's nothing new about that.
Here's who's going to be on in the upcoming days here on Loveline. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Clive Barker, who, as you know, we love in a platonic way. He did all the Hellraiser and Hellbound and wrote all that stuff and didn't make a penny off Pinhead, Needlehead.
Pinhead.
Goldfinger's going to be in here. John Popper from Blues Traveler.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I may have to jam with John now. Anyone who was at the Weenie Roast last night saw me. Well, the way it went is I got the horn out, and there must have been something stuck in the spit valve or something, because when I tried to play solo into the mic, when the band wasn't behind me, I was having trouble getting a note out, and there's something, it must have been jujube or something in the spit valve. But as soon as the band hit the stage...
You sounded great.
One of the guys must have, smacked the horn and lodged whatever was in there free, and then I just joined in with the band and really started rocking. And Ann was there, and I think she knows what I'm talking about.
Nuts. He was awesome. He really just took it to the next level.
We really got to start a band, Drew.
Oh, yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had the greatest time of my life out there on the stage.
No kidding.
Oh, please. I mean, Save Ferris is a ton of fun. There's mariachis out there with their horns and their big guitars. I'm wearing a sombrero the size of a trash can lid. Monique's in there wearing her Carmen Miranda dress, and the horns are going, and everyone's on their feet, and we're just had the time of our lives.
That's nice.
Anyway, John Popper will be in here, then Mike Ness from Social Distortion, the Pie Tasters, and Rancid at the end of next week. So, pretty good lineup. Producer Ann has rallied for the Loveline show. All right, let's get to the bottom, at least up until the point when the ambulance came, of the Third Eye Blind and Green Day debacle. Now, so here's what happened, and Ann, you can jump in because you saw the knockout punch. Orion from Third Eye Blind, like I said, just got toasted after their set. Oh, I brought Third Eye Blind out on stage, by the way.
Was he the guy we met in Chicago with Steve?
Yeah. Steven and Orion were with us.
Nice guys.
Really nice guys. And Orion's not a big guy either.
No.
I mean, he probably goes about 5'8", 5'9", maybe 150 pounds max. Not a big guy. So he gets toasted. And and about an hour later, Green Day goes on. And Green Day is a great live band, and they're up to their usual antics. And about halfway, and I'm standing stage right, backstage, or sort of off to the edge of the stage, just enjoying Green Day because they're one of my favorite live bands. And about halfway into the set, I see Orion, who comes from the other side of the stage, who's obviously standing back there. He didn't, jump on the stage. He had a credential. And he was standing there, and he sort of gleefully skipped across the stage and grabbed, what's the name of the bass player from Green Day?
Mike.
He grabs Mike's leg and sort of upper torso and starts to sort of, dry hump it a little. Not overly sexual, just sort of swoon over him a little bit, like kind of a gag. Green Day travels with this big Samoan guy. And I know they travel with him because I saw him at Live 105 the day before with the big Samoan guy.
How was that concert, by the way? Good?
Yeah, it was good. And they played the second stage there, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, I brought them out, too. Oh, I brought out both bands that were in the scuffle. That makes me, extra cool. So the big Samoan guy, who's just, I don't even know why you have to say big before Samoan, by the way, anymore. Just say Samoan. Good enough. So the Samoan guy comes charging out on stage, even though the guy's being sort of playful with him. He literally just stands off to the side of the stage in a sort of position like a guy who's in a relay race who's getting ready to take a baton.
Yeah.
And he's just poised. And as soon as he sees anyone run up on stage, he just charges him. Right?
Oh, the Samoan guy, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a football drill.
Yeah.
So he charges this guy, Orion, from Third Eye Blind, and he gets him in sort of a headlock. Wow. And he's wrestling him to the ground, and it looks like he may hurt him. And Steve from Green Day, the bass player, sort of turns around. Mike. Who's Steve?
And you know what? At that point, I don't think they knew who he was.
Of
Do you
course
know
not.
what I'm saying?
Of course not.
It's
They
just
just thought it was
some
somebody-
random
yeah.
fan.
Right. And Mike from Green Day turns around. He starts to sort of take his bass off a little, and I'm thinking he's going to tell the Samoan guy who's wrestled the guy on the ground and looks like he's going to take his ears off.
Yeah.
Hey, back off! This guy's cool, or he's in Third Eye Blind, or he's they're just going to call off the
does
dog.
Does he know who he was? Maybe he doesn't know him either.
I don't know, but he comes up behind him. He's sort of molesting him a little. I think he could see him out of the corner of his eye.
Maybe they've never met. Maybe they don't know each other.
All right, but there's a real good chance they have because all of these bands end up opening for each other. They tour for each other. It's just like us.
Yeah.
We've seen them. They've seen them.
Right.
And they're certainly hip to who the other guys are in the other bands.
Right.
He turns around, and he looks like he's about to say to the Samoan guy, hey, back off. This guy's, he's not a crazed fan. But instead, he kicks him in the ribs, which I thought was really weird, and then just turns around and keeps on playing. Now, the Samoan guy then drags this guy off stage, Orion, and continues to sort of rough him up a little, and then the security kind of gets in, and then I kind of lost who was what at that point. But the Samoan guy was he'll make you pay. Listen, anybody who's thinking about going to a Green Day concert and getting up on stage and dropping your pants or grabbing somebody, you better be a big Samoan guy too, because this guy will exact some revenge. So anyway, then they go off, and Green Day continues and finishes their set, and then Ann will pick it up from here.
So I'm standing backstage, and a herd of people come running from the stage area.
Now, are you backstage on the stage, or just?
No, I'm backstage by the dressing room.
Right. Okay. I just want to explain that to the listeners that there's a pretty big area, and Ann wasn't on the stage. She was back in the sort of VIP area.
So all these people, we can still hear Green Day on, but all these people are coming down. So Mike left the stage at this point, and the band continued to play.
Mike?
Yes.
From Green Day?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, because he was off the stage and they were still playing. So
you saw Mike back there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he saw him get hit.
So Third Eye Blind guy is running from the Samoan guy.
Oh, this is at the very end of the set where they're destroying the equipment.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Third Eye Blind guy is running.
Right.
And meanwhile, there's a trail of people behind him. So Mike goes up to Orion and said, "Nobody F's with me while I'm on stage." Mm-hmm. So they start going after Third Eye Blind guy.
Who's they?
All the Samoan and all the Green Day people.
Yeah.
So then I guess Orion picked up a bottle along the way somewhere, turns around and just slammed the Green Day guy across the head with it. It went everywhere.
You think there was any blood in the bottle before?
No, I doubt it.
Oh, wow. Then that cut the
And
skin.
then he was wearing a white T-shirt that went completely red immediately.
That's hardcore. I bet he wears that shirt his next
And
station.
basically was taken away in an ambulance.
Wow. And whatever happened, what'd the Samoan guy do with...
Oh, well, he had security holding him back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, security immediately came, and there was about 4 people holding this one guy.
Samoan guy.
The Samoan guy, yeah.
Yeah, guy, he's a pit bull, this guy.
Was the third eye blind guy able to play that there? Had he already played?
They already played.
Oh, they already
was
played.
Was he taken away by police or anything?
Well, yeah, I think he jumped on a shuttle because nobody could find him, and they stopped everybody from leaving the backstage area.
That's naturally 10 minutes before I wanted to leave on the shuttle. Now I'm staying there loaded, my sore
won't
throat,
let
I got to
anybody.
piss, and sorry, we're not letting anybody out of the compound.
Yeah.
It's like, I think for once I'm going to get a jump on the crowd. I'm gonna be sane. So to pick it up even further down the road, I'm now back at the hotel, and I'm thinking to myself while I'm sitting in my hotel room, boy, this is weird. I see the guy, first off,
San Francisco.
I see the guy, no, I didn't see the guy in San Francisco, Orion, but I sat there and have a drink with him earlier in the night, and he tells me how effing loaded he is. Then I see him run up on stage, then I see him get smacked around, and I'm just kind of thinking where he is and what he's up to. I walk out onto my balcony, I look across on the same floor, and the hotel makes sort of a arc shape, about 5 balconies down, and I see him standing there.
Where is that?
I'm going, wow, that is weird. So I go back in my room because I'm thinking, I don't want to go over there because the big Samoan guy may kick in the door. Well, we're like...
Well, yeah, everybody's staying at the same place.
Right.
I'm like, oh, God, something's going to happen tonight.
So I actually go back into my room and hide because I don't want him to see me and go, hey, you come on over, because I'm thinking the big Samoan guy, there may be trouble down the road. So I get in the elevator to go down to the party in the lobby, and I get in the elevator, I'm standing on the 11th floor, and a guy from their entourage gets in, and he's standing in the elevator, and after a couple of floors, he goes, hey, you're Adam, right? I go, yeah. He goes, you know, the guys from Third Eye Blind are up on the 11th floor, or up on room 1134, and why don't you come by and party with us? We'll be expecting you. I was like, yeah. And I just thought, it's weird that I got, like, attached to Third Eye Blind at some point in the evening, and I couldn't shake them. And normally you don't want to shake them, but when the big Samoan guys come in, oh, yes. So I guess we'll hear more about Mike's injuries and police reports and all that stuff. The upshot of the whole thing is, to me, is Green Day did not have to react quite as much as they did to a drunken guy who was in another band who was kind of playing around. He was very playful about the whole thing. And why their Samoan security guard wanted to kill the guy, I don't understand. As soon as he dragged him off stage and realized who he was and kicked him once, that should have been the end of that.
The unfortunate thing to me is that the whole music industry and entertainment in general needs more of a systematic way of dealing with people that have problems.
Yeah.
Crap like this doesn't happen in the first place.
Well, you know what I was thinking? You know, if Orion was stoned and not drunk.
I'm glad you thought that way, but my thinking is if you were in recovery and not drunk,
even better. Okay, maybe you're right. But I just substituted booze for pot and had him sitting playing Miss Pac-Man in his trailer.
Some system out there that said, sorry, you just can't perform until you deal with this.
Well,
it would be for his benefit.
No, the guy doesn't necessarily have a problem. Listen, everybody was drunk. So it's a concert, you know? Let me tell you something, Drew. You're in a rock band. You're 25 years old. You just got done playing your set. You're going to have a few drinks. That's all. All right, did we get a call in there, Drew? No. All right, we'll do it.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh, who cares? That was a good story. All right, we'll be back.
Hey, everybody, this is Orion. And this is Steven.
Yes. Nice band.
Nice people, yeah.
Oh, great guys. And sounded great, too. A lot of fun. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Later in the show, Drew, just to round out the Weenie Roast evening, I'll explain how my buddy Jimmy farted up the shuttle on the way back to the hotel.
Intentionally, like announced and did it, or did the sleuth stealth version? He
didn't have to say a word.
Oh.
People knew exactly the exact moment that he broke wind, and he did it more than once, and I got to tell you, I hadn't laughed that way in a while, but I'll get into more detail later on. Remind me to bring this up, Drew. You're really going to enjoy this. I've never seen anything like it.
Heather?
Heather?
Yes.
Hi. What's going on?
Drew, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a clitoral orgasm, but I cannot have a G-spot orgasm, and I don't know why.
Yeah, and how do you think that? What are you talking about when you talk about these two different things?
It feels like an external orgasm that I have, and I've gotten close to having like an internal one. Like there's a couple times when I've been sleeping, or that certain partners that have gotten closer, that it's a different feeling orgasm. So I can tell I can have two different ones, but I don't ever climax on an internal orgasm.
Well, who cares?
Are you doing something different with one version versus the other?
What?
Is there a difference in the activity? In other words, is one with intercourse, one with oral sex, something like that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we've tried everything with the partner I'm with now. I mean, we've tried different things. We've tried doing the same things. Maybe things, repetitive might be a good thing, and just nothing seems to work.
All right, but let me just clarify something, Heather.
Okay.
You can have an orgasm through, and this is what I think you're talking about, through the manipulation of your clitoris, be it with a finger, a tongue, or, as Ann prefers it, the Mr. Bubble. But you cannot have one through intercourse.
Well, the weird thing is...
Yes or no?
Yes, true, but I can
Okay, then just say all right and then go on.
All right. I can also have a clitoral orgasm during intercourse, but not an...
All right, then you're having an orgasm.
I'm not sure that... Yeah, I'm not sure...
Please.
I think you're just describing the difference between a big orgasm and a not big one.
You got a guy licking you, you have an orgasm. You got a guy humping you, you got an orgasm.
Yeah.
That's enough.
I just think there are different feelings to different activities, and I don't think you should be so focused on sort of cataloging these different experiences. Are you okay in the relationship?
Yeah.
All right. Just try to develop the relationship, enjoy that, and I bet as that grows, your experience will grow too, okay?
Okay.
Don't be so focused on the mechanics.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's working just fine.
No, wait a minute. Heather?
Gone.
Oh, good.
What are you going to tell her?
Well, she's lucky. We'll go find out whether she had any kids. Worried about this nonsense. Leanne.
Leanne?
Yeah?
You're
Hi.
16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, I was going out with these guys, and every single time I go out with a guy, my friends steal him, and I was wondering how I could tell my friends to back off.
You haven't told anything?
Well, I tried to, like, tell them just to leave me alone because it's my man, but they don't listen.
What do they do?
They just, like, take him from me.
How do they do that?
They I don't know, they just tell them to break up with me and stuff so they can go out with them.
You know that genie scent in the cartoons that comes out of the lamp? That sort of clear haze, and then it like wakes Bugs Bunny up and levitates him toward them. Same thing. That's right, but it's not coming out of the lamp.
Okay.
These aren't friends. If these were your friends, they would have some empathy for what they're doing to you.
All right, but Leanne, what is wrong with you?
That you hang out with these people.
And what's up with that girl voice? I'm getting a little suspicious here.
Well, like, I hang out with them because, like, I've known them almost all my life.
Well,
how many boyfriends you had?
Oh my God, I have no clue.
A lot?
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting to the crux. How many guys you had sex with?
None.
9?
None.
Oh, none.
0.
I thought she was German for a minute.
I don't think you're going to find much.
Yeah, no sex, but a lot of boyfriends. Why so many boyfriends? Because they keep getting taken away?
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal, Leanne.
Yeah.
Just about everything that happens to everybody can be traced to them. So,
wait, that's an important point.
Either wrong guys or wrong friends. Or you're doing something wrong. But whatever it is, it's all in your power.
All right.
In either case, no matter what, she's the only one that can change. Because the friends aren't going to change, as you've already tried to change, to at least put them on notice. They haven't heard. The boys, we don't know anything specific about them, except these are sufficient a-holes to diss you the way they have. And there's you.
Every single thing that happens to you can be traced directly to you. It's just a matter of degree. Meaning, if you get hit by an asteroid while you're driving your car, you still can trace that to you because you were in your car doing whatever it is you were doing when it hit you. It doesn't make you a criminal.
You certainly couldn't have changed the asteroid.
Oh.
You could change yourself still.
That's
hey,
good,
but listen,
Drew.
I did the final read-through on our book that you've never seen. It's good, and points like this are made throughout.
Really?
It hangs together very nicely.
I didn't use the lame asteroid reference. Did I?
Probably, but I had a few more change. Every time I read it, I have to change a bunch of stuff. It scares me when something like that goes to print.
Alice,
Yeah, hi.
what's going on?
Well, I was wondering, does excessive masturbating affect your period?
How old do you think Alice is?
I looked up at the screen, so it's not fair, but she really sounds like she's 27.
Yeah, she really does.
I'm not. Wait, Adam.
You're 12, it says here.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, baby. Now, let me tell you, 12 is young.
I know.
I went out and talked to a couple of 12 and 13-year-olds.
Adam.
Had them in my trailer.
I have another call, and I'm not going to switch over. Okay.
Thank you.
I met you I saw you at BFD, and you totally blew a kiss at me, and I was so excited.
What's BFD?
What's it stand for?
No,
or
what is it?
That's the Live 105 gig.
Friday, okay.
Do you remember, like, right after you got off stage with Green Day? And I yelled to you, and I said, I've learned so much sex.
All right.
Not from him.
Through the fence?
Yeah, through the fence. That was me.
Yeah.
And my name's
Shit,
not really
12?
Alice, but I'm not going to give that out right now.
Yeah, I'll go for 12. You know, it was funny. I was talking to Billy Joe in the back because I'm a really big fan of Green Day's, and I've never officially met the band. And I said to him, "Hey, listen, you don't know me, but I'm a fan of the band, and I brought you guys. I was out. I brought them out, but they came out 10 minutes after I brought them out in typical Green Day fashion."
And then we said, you were totally lying, Adam. Get them.
Yeah, the people got pissed at me. But this was on the second stage at Live 105. Anyway, I watched the whole show from the side of the stage, not on the stage, down on the ground.
Green Day was on the second stage?
Yeah, they wanted to play that. But anyway, they wanted it that way. But I said to Billy Joe, "Hey, I caught you at Live 105," and he goes, "Yeah, I know. I saw you stage left." And I thought, boy, that's weird, because I was standing just way over to the side in a group of people and just way off. I mean, it was... Here's the message. I was wearing the same thing.
Yeah, of course. It's easy.
Hey, Mike, come on, buddy. It was my shoes.
You called it.
All right, what was her...
What's the message?
Oh,
you were going to give a message about that.
Oh, excessive masturbation?
No, here's a message.
Oh, ladies, when you pull up the top... the guys on stage, they do appreciate it. Believe me.
All right, Alice. I'm curious to why you should be masturbating excessively, but yeah, it sure could change your period. Sure.
Really?
Not dramatically, but it could.
Let me tell you the greatest thing about my job, Drew, and then I swear to God we'll get to some calls. I stood backstage looking at some girl in a, khaki tank top jumping up and down with a huge set of jugs for the entire Wallflowers set. The entire set. And 3 hours later, when I ventured around to go in to the event to go watch Prodigy, she came walking down the stairs. So I'd been staring at her like some sort of a maniacal peeping Tom for 45 minutes solid. And she walked right up to me and she goes, "Oh, my God, it's Adam." And she just starts hugging me. Oh. And I thought to myself, this has got to be the greatest part about this job. I was just... There's a sea of 15,000 people. I was staring right at her chest for 45 minutes, and then soon as I never met her before, as soon as I ran into her, I got a big fat hug.
Yeah, as I said, I'm really proud of you.
And the thing that was really funny is my girlfriend said, "I was sitting waving at you for an hour, and you didn't see me." And my girlfriend was sitting 4 rows back from this girl, and I...
Is she out of town tonight?
Lynette?
Yeah.
No.
So she's listening.
I told her later.
Okay.
She's all right.
She smacked you.
It was really embarrassing. And she goes, "You were looking at me the whole time."
Yeah, we hear you, Joe. Or whoever. Is
Hello?
it female Joe? Joe, what's up?
Hold on. Can excessive masturbation affect your period?
Yeah. Ooh, what are you on tonight?
Oh, you just said yes, but we're getting into the whole... we never really got into it.
Well, I'd like to talk to Alice about what's going on with her at 12, but she's...
All right. Well, hang on, Alice. Go ahead, Joe.
Hello?
Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, I kind of have a problem. I've been dating this girl for a little over a year, and we both kind of decided that maybe we should, kind of break it off. But the problem is that we still live together, and we still have sex, and the sex is awesome. But we're kind of going our own separate ways. I'm wondering if we should really, see each other as much as we do.
Who's the one going the separate way?
She is. She's moving out, and I'm staying where I'm at.
Really? And she lets you have sex with her?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, that's the one thing that we don't have any problem with, is the sex.
What is the problems that you're having?
It's just kind of a mutual disagreements on things that she does, things that I do. I'm really into work. She's really into the naturalistic thing.
Oh, no. Like what?
Well, you know, she's just into plants and into...
Rubbing crystals and nonsense like that?
You know, that kind of thing. And I'm just really not into it. And we just kind of have our disagreements on it.
Yeah.
So we just kind of both kind of separated that way.
Right.
But the sex is nothing wrong.
Well, for you, of course, it's a good thing.
You know what I mean.
Well, but for a male to do this, it's no problem. For a female to sustain this and not develop a connection, a bond with you, it's very difficult. And we have found that, and I believe this to be true, that typically a woman that is capable of that either has something going on, something wrong emotionally that is sort of keeping her detached from her feelings, or she's denying it. The feelings are there and she's not willing to.
Yeah, or they just have really good sex, and it's not going to go on and on.
Yeah, it doesn't go on and on.
All right, Joe. So, and the relationship. Believe me, I swear to God, I wish every relationship I've ever ended would have ended 6 months earlier. Yeah. And I'd say a year, except for a lot of them wouldn't have started. It only lasted 9 months.
That could be true, though. Huh?
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Go ahead.
Loveline. Be right back.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. I really feel like hell tonight. I mean, I got shivers, and I'm hot. I have all the things going on at the same time.
If I get this thing, I will kill you.
Oh, I just feel like hell. I really would like someone. If I knew I was going to feel this way for more than saw that movie Swingers, and I guess you did, that was the band, right, Ed? And real good band. So we'll be actually, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy was at Live 105 and at the Weenie Roast. I missed them both times because I was on some other stage doing something else and kind of cheesed off about it. But I did get a chance to catch the Cherry Poppin' Daddies yesterday, who were great as usual, and enjoyed that. And saw Art, Greg, and Craig from Everclear, and they send their love, and Blink-182 was great. Everyone was great. Deftones were great in San Francisco. I didn't see, I'd say San Jose. I didn't see them in L.A., though. Alice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're getting back with you. Now, you're 12?
Yeah.
Can excessive masturbating affect your period? Drew said yes.
What's happening?
Why is that, Drew?
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
Is that going to affect anything else? Or just,
I mean, it doesn't change things drastically, usually.
like anything about ovaries or...
Well, how do you know, Drew? Oh, Drew's eating everybody.
I've heard of it stimulating menstruation or...
Oh, really?
Does
No, why not?
Or just,
No, it doesn't hurt anything. Why are you doing this? What's happening?
Nothing. It's just when
I guess it's like saying, can an earthquake trigger a volcano?
No, what do you mean? What do you mean excessive? What's happening?
Like once I'll have quote unquote relations, and then I don't know. Then after that, I guess.
No.
Huh?
We're gambling, Alice.
What?
I'm eating pineapple now too for Ann's birthday. Hey, Ann, are you on some diet or something?
Me?
Let's get off it for next year, would you? Like a nice piece of pie. My birthday, everyone's sitting back enjoying pie. I got raisins over here for Ann's birthday. All right, June, we're going to gamble?
You have to spot me on.
Well, that sucks. All right, hang on, Alice. We're going to gamble on your past.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Drew.
She's sexually active at 12, masturbating excessively.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't give you that too bad a feeling.
No.
I would say...
but she sounds like she's 30.
Yeah, cousin got her at 6.
Ooh, okay. Somebody got her.
Could have been, a good guess with this would be a friend experimenting at around 8 or 9.
Friend experimenting?
With her. That's the other good one for this.
All right. I will go, I'm just going with absent dad.
Nah.
I know, but what can I do?
You can take the other one.
Friend experimenting?
Yeah.
I'm going with absent dad.
Okay.
I'm playing a hunch here. Alice?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with you?
My mother's divorced. She lives in Irvine, and I live in San Francisco. And my father lives with me, but he's not very the loving type, and I guess I would call Adam right.
But how old was the guy? How old were you when you first had sex?
11.
11. And
how old was that person with you? Why is that so hard to remember? What was happening?
She knows.
I do. It's 14.
The guy was 14.
Drew, I'm going 16 if he's a day.
Yeah.
So he's 16 and you're 11?
Well, he's 14, I'm 11.
What happened before you were 11? Anything?
Well,
Hmm?
pretty much nothing.
What's the pretty much part?
Just nothing. I've always been intrigued with sex. I don't know why.
And when did you start experimenting?
About 11, yeah.
All right. Nobody ever laid a hand on you before 11?
Maybe when I was 10, but that was a bad episode. And that just
What happened
screwed
then?
everything over.
What happened then?
Well, they did something, and I didn't really want them to, and
How old was that person? Or persons? There were more than one?
No, it was one person, and something happened, and then he told everybody, which ruined everything.
Okay, so you were raped at 10.
I wouldn't say raped. I just would say,
You were sexually assaulted at 10.
I guess you could
Okay.
say.
What did the guy do?
He just put his hands there, and I kind of let it go on for a second, but then I was like, okay, stop.
Okay,
And
but I mean, this is abuse, right? This is abuse. This is sexual abuse. You're 10. You're 10 years old.
Adam, you remember me somewhat, right?
Right.
And I don't look 12, right?
No, she looked like 13. Oh, who cares how old you look?
I don't know.
You are what you are.
I've just never acted my age.
All right.
It doesn't matter. This is serious stuff. I mean,
All right.
that's why it probably. God knows there's something before that too. I mean, I don't know
There's
what. But
I know. All right, Alice. Just stop it. Just don't.
she
Please.
may not be able to. She's already down the road a little bit.
Make sure the guy wears a condom. Make sure the guy's your age. And if he can't stop having sex, at least do those two things.
I would say, yeah, that's true. But I would say get some help because it's not likely to stop without some kind of intervention.
All right.
At least a women's support group about sexual assault.
All right. All right. No, sorry. Okay. What do I do now? You got a call? Boy, like a chimp. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, you're 14.
Yeah, I'm nervous about getting with a girl because I have a 1-inch penis.
You're what?
I'm nervous about getting with a girl because I have a 1-inch penis.
Drew and I both thought you said the F word in there.
Yes, that's what I heard.
No.
I heard, I'm nerve effing this girl with my 1-inch penis, and I thought, yeah, it is a little bit nervy.
One inch.
1 inch in what state?
Like, soft.
Uh-huh. And what about when it gets erect? Because that's when you really call on it.
Probably 3 at the most.
Have you had puberty yet?
Yeah, a couple months.
A couple months into it.
Yeah.
All right. You got a little time left.
You got some growing to do.
Why you...
Believe me, you got about another 8 years of growing, and you'll squeeze out about 3/8 of an inch in that 8 years, so don't hang your head.
Or maybe substantially more than that. But look, why are you thinking about getting a girl even before your body has developed to the point that it's appropriate?
I don't know, 'cause all my friends have them.
All right. Well, take it easy. Don't be in a big hurry. It's not time yet. All right. And even if you did have the right equipment, I'd give you the same advice.
All right.
All right, but you are well versed in the dangers of secondhand smoke, are you not, Jason?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This is. Oh, thank God he's aware of that. So we could really have a problem. This guy could be hanging out in some bar, and God knows what he could be doing.
I heard somebody arguing that on one of the Sunday morning political shows that this has gone too far. And one of these, I think it was sort of a Democratic type guy, was going, "Oh, Americans care about lung cancer. They care about heart disease." Oh my God! Yes, they do. But the wheels are coming off the wagon.
Well, how do you want to die? You want to die in your early 70s from heart disease, or do you want to die in your mid-20s at a liquor store?
That's right.
You tell me, you mother effers, geniuses. Please. Use your goddamn brains.
Or would you like to be burdened your whole life with 3 kids and never have a chance to finish school?
And listen, they always make the argument about secondhand smoke or smoking in general and in the price, the toll that it takes on the health system. I got to tell you, my grandfather was smoked a pack or 2 of unfiltered, God knows what, Pall Malls or something, or whatever the hell Lucky Strikes.
Well, don't make a case for cigarettes.
No, here's my point. He smoked a pack of non-filter cigarettes for many years. He was a writer. He came from Hungary. You know, it's a European thing. Right. That's what he did. He had a major heart attack when he was 70.
Stop smoking.
The doctor told him to quit smoking. He lived until he was 93, and what he cost Medicaid over the last 6 to 10 years of his life must have been into the millions. It really would have. If he'd continued smoking, he probably would have had another major heart attack in about a year and a half.
And not be wishing to die for 4 years.
And that would have been it.
Remember, he was wanting to die for a long time, too.
Well, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He wasn't? Oh, I thought he was miserable.
Well, he was miserable, but I don't know if he was wanting to die, or if he was, it was the last few days or weeks. But the point is he got in another 25 years of doctor visits. And I mean, he was there a lot. And there was a lot of stuff. He had a lot of stuff done. And it must have really gotten well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And the sheer brilliance. These guys have argued that cigarette is an addiction, which it is, and it's it's a terrible thing, and we've been misled, and so we're adding this tax. But the tax will be a voluntary thing. If you choose to buy a cigarette, well, it's voluntary. You can pay the tax.
Right.
Even after making the case that it's an addiction, you have no control over.
Right. Genius. Bob?
Bob, you there?
Huh?
What's going on?
Bob was sleeping. He's been on hold for 75 minutes.
Yeah, I have.
It's a little bit of a bummer after I go into one of my emotional tirades and we got to wake up the next call. You know what I mean, Drew?
Yeah.
Kind of a kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I was talking to my girlfriend.
I feel like Martin Luther King turned around after one of his big march speeches, and one of the guys with the bow tie was just napping back there. Hey, brother, get up. We're backing up the stage.
Bob, what's up?
So I was talking to my girlfriend last night, and, we were talking, and she was just mentioning stuff that happened in her family a long time ago.
Mm.
And I found out that when she was, 5, her brother and some of his friends, sexually abused her.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I would like to know what I could do about that. Say to her.
But she is aware of the secondhand smoke problem? Because that's, we could talk about abuse, We could launch a campaign for that, too.
About that. What can you do to help? Was she asking for help?
Well, no, not really. She mentioned it. And we talked
about it. Is that brother around anymore?
What?
Is that brother around anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. How old is he?
He's 16.
That's her biological brother?
Yeah.
How old was she when this happened?
5.
And the brother was 6?
No, the brother... Oh, shit. What was he?
Hey, Bob?
I forget how old he was.
Well, how old is he now?
He's I think 18. 16, 18, around that.
Well, here's the... Oh, wait a minute. How old is your girlfriend?
She's 14.
Okay. So when she was 6, he was 10.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Bob.
Bob took about 45 minutes before he said, uh-huh.
Hey, I just woke up.
All right, Bob. There's really not a whole lot you can do other than be supportive and encourage her to get whatever help she needs.
Keep your eyes open with this family. If she has to be around that brother anymore, she needs to not be alone with him ever.
That's the last time that happened, Bob?
Yeah.
Or the only time, we should say. And God knows if something is going around that family, if the parents allowed this all to go on, and something must have happened to that brother as well at a young age in order for him to behave like that. So the situation's pretty disturbed. And, if you can get her some help, if she's wanting any, let me give you a helpline. It's 1-800-422-4453. 1-800-422-4453.
All right. Mark?
Hoi.
Hoi, you're 19.
Yeah.
Aishi doshi.
I'm sorry?
What's up?
Hey, how you doing, Doc?
Good.
Hi, Adam.
Hey.
Hey, well, I have a small problem, kind of, sort of. I am seeing this guy who is in my school, and we both have girlfriends, and it's kind of hard for us to distance ourselves from anybody else without us standing out or...
Are you gay?
Yeah.
Have you always known?
I'm going with yeah.
Well, no, maybe, I don't know.
Could be bi.
Or whatever.
Well, he is bi. He's got girlfriends.
Actually, no, I'm gay, but the reason why I have a girlfriend is in order to, overshadow that.
So just to appear not normal.
I call that a beard.
Straight, right?
I'm sorry?
To appear straight.
Oh, definitely. Nobody knows. And
are you in college?
Yeah.
Well,
it's the fact that we have a relationship.
What kind of college you going to?
I'm sorry?
You going to is it the school progressive?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Pretty liberal?
Yeah, but it's, you always have those people that give you a hard time.
Is it a big school?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's a state school.
Why do you have to hide who you are? I mean,
Well, we have a relationship, and we wish to,
why hide it? Why?
carry on it.
Yeah, why not carry it on more
Well,
than
well, what do you think? I mean, we each have a girlfriend, and
Well, you obviously need to end that. I mean, that's ridiculous. You're hurting the women because whether you were carrying on with whatever sex you were carrying on a surreptitious relationship, I would tell you to get out of the one you're in, which is not fair to the people that you're calling a girlfriend or boyfriend when you're carrying on with somebody else. If it's a big school, a state school, I'm sure there are gay and lesbian youth center there. I suggest you get to meet other people who are what?
that's the problem. I mean, I think that it's a really strange situation. We tend to be very isolated from other homosexuals. We don't feel like we belong with them.
Why?
It's something we've agreed on. And
why? Explain to us.
They're not embracing the lifestyle, Drew.
Exactly.
They don't want to be found out.
I mean,
so
I don't
want
to go to a gay pride parade. I don't want to go to a gay gym. And
Let me tell you, you haven't lived till you've been on the float as one of the village people. And for those folks who think I'm kidding, I can produce pictures.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
But it's that whole thing that we're trying to deal with, and it's pretty hard.
All right. Is the Bahyman still intact?
I'm sorry?
The Bahyman?
What does that mean?
Has he ever got you from behind?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you get to get him from behind?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, really? Both do that?
You're so intrigued. You're intrigued by that.
Because the heterosexual relationship really doesn't entail that much variation. Meaning, you're with somebody, this person's your girlfriend or your wife or your husband, and, they're having sex. A little oral sex, maybe a little backdoor once in a while, a little 69 or something, but that quickly goes away. I'm watching TV today trying to remember the last time I did that. You just don't do that after a certain point. That's just one of those. It's like a gang initiation, the 69, and then you move on. Once you're in the gang, that's cool. You don't have to shoot any more Koreans. But the deal is with the gay lifestyle, there could be like a whole, different roles. You got your Greco-active and your passive and, the different bandanas. Oh, for Christ's sake.
All right.
I feel like hell. Yeah. Andrea.
No, we're not done with Mark.
Oh, we're not? Well, we're done with him.
Well,
get rid of your girlfriends. You're not being fair to them.
You don't have to embrace any particular lifestyle, but certainly don't deny who you are. I mean, I don't know. I've never really encountered that before. Where somebody
Listen, deny who you are if you think people around you. Look, don't look at being gay any differently than farting. I mean, there's 4 or 5, 6 of you sitting around. You break wind. Everyone starts flapping their hand. So what do? Start flapping your hand, too. You don't stand there like an idiot. The mob could turn on you.
But so you want to live a straight life but carry on a gay relationship?
No.
That's all right. I mean, I understand there's a distinction there.
You don't have to particularly live a straight life. You just go about your business.
Yeah, but he wants to be with straight people and not be... Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can understand that.
All right, I'm done.
It's an interesting sort of twist on an old theme, though. It's another option for people that are homosexual, just to not talk about it. Just
all right. Remind me to talk about Jimmy farting up the shuttle, by the way.
But hold on, but it's an interesting thing, because I bet people do treat gay people slightly differently, even people that don't think they do. So that's...
Yeah, who wants that? Well, believe me.
All right.
Believe me, you can get your ass kicked in a lot of parts of this country. What the hell are we doing now?
It was Andrea.
Yeah, all right.
Shut up.
Nick. Yeah?
You're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm like sprung over my ex, kind of, because she broke up and she thought like 4 months was too long. And I'm like wondering, what should I do? And I'm like, want to go back out with her. But her sister is like totally in love with me.
How old is the sister?
16.
And how old is your girlfriend?
She's 14.
But your girlfriend's done with you.
Pardon me?
Your girlfriend is done, though.
Yeah.
She's done with you.
No.
You're not done with her.
No. I'm just like sprung over her. My friends are telling me to get over it.
Yeah, but she's the one that said it's over, right?
Yeah.
So she's done with you.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not done with her.
Mm-mm.
stay away from both these girls.
What's the word sprung mean?
No, because on
Despondent?
Bummed out, I guess. Yeah.
Because on Friday we had this big party, like the end of the school year party, and one of my friends is like 16. We call him Big Nick. He's like same name, and he like tickles her and plays with her and kind of makes me jealous. But I kind of ignore that, But I'm kind of jealous,
Yeah, all right. Listen, Nick, we got people that are strung out on heroin to talk to.
No, but Nick, look, the sister likes you. You like the sister. It's too messy a situation.
Get out of there. Unspring yourself.
Yeah, even if the sister that did like you liked, you shouldn't be back in there because that's going to be very painful to your ex-girlfriend. Get over it. Get on with it. Stay away from her. Give yourself 6 months.
Remember people used to get sprung from prison?
Sure.
But I don't think it's the same kind of sprung.
No.
All right. Drew?
Yeah.
I swear, do you have an IV in your car? I'm really coming undone.
I can see that.
Okay.
Kind of scares me for the rest of the week.
Loveline is Adam Carolla.
Line. I am Ace Rockola. That is Dr. Drew. I got a little head of steam during the break, and would like just to say one thing. I was watching Fox on Thursday, I believe, and I think they had. I think it was maybe when stunts go wrong.
Yeah.
Something went wrong. When something went wrong, but I saw two things. This is prime time. It's about 8:15. It had to be because I had to be here that night. One of them was a guy in Vegas who jumped a motorcycle, attempted to, in front of a large crowd over some sort of bridge. Gust of wind hit him. He missed the landing ramp and died instantly when he just hit the pavement. The other collapsed lungs. They showed it twice. The other thing that happened, and maybe this was a totally different Fox show, I think it was Fox, was a police chase where they had helicopter surveillance of the car, and the guy they were chasing, who was just sort of a businessman with no warrants or record or anything like that, just wanted to commit suicide and outrun the cops. He was outrunning the cops. It was on a freeway. They had the helicopter filming the whole thing, and that's the vantage point you had at home. And the guy blew his brains out, and then the car went out of control and went head-on into a freeway overpass, just one of those cement pillars, and just blew up. And I thought to myself, when we were doing the Man Show with ABC, and we had to deal with a lot of censorship because the show was unsuitable to air any time before 10 p.m., yet I'm watching Fox, and I watch two guys who bought it in the course of about 5 minutes. What kind of ridiculous, retarded policy is that? And obviously, TV and most everybody involved with TV are borderline retarded because they play. Otherwise, they wouldn't have retarded policies. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to. Drew and I were talking about TV, not the people that do Loveline, but we were talking about TV during the break and what big bloated tards most of these guys are. $2 million a year to do nothing and pass judgment. Please. Oh. And I can only talk this way, Drew, because I am so supremely confident that I will be on top and that they can kiss my hairy ass a year from now. Please, you're watching guys die on TV and I can't make a fart joke? That is retardation. That's not stupidity, Drew.
Hang on. You're sick. You're not feeling good. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Bubba?
Yeah.
You're 22.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. Maybe you can help me out here. I mean, I got some problems. I'm trying to figure out ways of dealing with this.
Are you drunk?
A little.
Most guys named Bubba are drunk by 10. That's my rule of thumb.
What's going on?
Well, like I said earlier, I had my girlfriend. She left me, and
How long was she your girlfriend?
I don't know, about 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so it wasn't a long-term relationship, really.
Not too long.
Who did she leave you for?
My best friend's dad.
How old is she?
She's 22 also.
How old is the dad?
He's almost 53.
No?
Maybe best, Bubba.
Yeah, if that's what she's into, it's trouble.
I don't know, man. That's not the hairy part, though.
What's the hairy part?
Well, right now where I'm working and all, I live with my best friend and his dad. The guy she started going out with.
That's
You still down at the research lab down at Livermore?
Yeah, something like that.
Can you move out of there?
Soon enough.
Right. She's a real pain in the ass. I mean, this is really such spiteful, horrible behavior.
You're asking for domestic problems.
Yeah.
And
So I mean, be glad if this is who she is. Accept that and be glad she's out of your life.
yeah, well, the only problem is she's not.
How is she not?
She's here.
With the dad all the time.
No, she's moved in.
With the dad.
Yeah.
You got to get out of there.
Get out of there, Bubba.
I mean, as fast as you can. Plus, the dad is suspect in this whole thing, too. I mean, what's his deal that he allowed this to happen?
Oh, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Bubba, where do you work?
At a grocery store.
All right. Move. Believe me. There's two things. I said one at the earlier in the evening that I wish I'd done as I turn back the pages in the yearbook that is Ace Carolla. One is ended a relationship when I should have ended it and not drag myself through the mud for 6 months to a year.
And the other?
The other is move out when the roommates got bad. Now,
how would you
this isn't even roommates.
You would be moving every week.
Yeah, I'm just talking about guys who wouldn't put away the slot car set. And like to take my money, or actually one time I had a water bottle I kept in the refrigerator, for the summer, and I was drinking out of it. Found my roommate's tooth floating around in it.
Oh,
yeah, that's a bad policy.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. So anyway, actually, same guy took a hammer to all the dishes that were in the sink.
What?
Kind of funny.
He did that?
Uh huh.
That's funny.
It was funny at the time. All right.
He was in jail later, right?
No, never went to jail. So I had a little time in a psychiatric ward, but never in jail.
Right.
But the point is I wish I would have moved out a year earlier. Move out. I don't care if you put first and last down. I don't care whose name it's whatever it is. Move out. Drew, I want you to move tonight too. Sean, you're 26.
Yes, I am.
Hey, where's your family? They still in Vegas, Drew?
No, I had to get them off the plane. Kids were all asleep.
Oh,
it was
okay.
hell. It was hell.
Sean?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
No, I'm hell. I feel like hell.
Me too. Anyway, a couple questions I had as far as my use. I've been bodybuilding for 8 years, and I've been cycling on and off.
On and off steroids.
Yes, correct. Steroids and other types of growth hormones and things like that. And I've been clean now for, 4 or 5 months. And I've noticed I've had a problem staying hard and also ejaculating. Now, what I used to do, I used to take a drug called HCG. I'm sure Drew knows what that is.
Yeah.
It brings my testosterone levels back up.
What's it stand for, Drew?
Beta-HCG, human chorionic gonadotrophic hormone.
Are you a real doctor or just a love doctor? All right, go ahead.
And my question is am I going to have to maintain this type of drug or take some type of other hormone replacement in order to be normal again, do you think? I've never really had any side effects from any of the stuff I've done. I'm not like a real...
People don't get side effects until they get kidney failure or have a stroke or get heart failure. It's not as though it's something that sneaks, slowly evolves. It gets you every time. And the most common thing is what you're describing. That always occurs. That you are never able to get a firm erection again, have trouble ejaculating, low testosterone levels, low sperm count, this sort of thing. And, in my experience, there's a lot of things that can be done. I've heard of people using Clomid and various other things to try to stimulate the cells to produce
How long
testosterone.
do you have to take steroids to screw yourself up?
Not that long. I mean, you can. There are all kinds of problems you can get into, and nobody can tell you at what point you're going to have which problem, and how much trouble you're going to have 20 years down the line.
Listen,
you did.
all you big goofballs, you don't get laid anymore with the steroids anyway. Believe me, chicks like scrawny. You want to get laid, you start a band and break a window. Believe you me.
But you need to see an endocrinologist.
Cut
you
that
need to
down a little, would you, Mike? Really,
Sean, you need
close
to
the
talk
edge.
to somebody who's had some experience treating with this. It is absolutely the steroids, and it is a serious thing. And the longer you use them, the more substantial these problems are going to be.
Let me tell you the thing that sucks about lifting weights. you twist your ankle or you get like hepatitis or something knocks you down for a month, you go right back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part. That's the reason I don't take steroids or anything. The second you leave town or something happens, you just drop right back. I mean, it takes like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Karen,
Hello.
you're 15.
Yeah. Okay, like a year ago, I was diagnosed with manic depressive or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I've just been like really like upset lately. And I don't know, like I've never got along with girls, so like regular girls. So I always hang around with like lesbians a lot because I just get along with them better. And I ended up kissing one earlier today. And I've like cried about it all day because I was like all upset about it because I didn't know, because I mean I've always been like bi-curious, I guess.
Yeah, but Karen, you know, the time to start acting on these things is not when you're confused and upset and your bipolar illness is off. That as you're finding, the behavior just adds to your discomfort and your confusion, and like just sit back, don't do a lot of things right now. If you're bipolar, you're going to be apt to do things impulsively that could ultimately be very disturbing to you. So just don't get into this. Hang out with lesbians, great. You kiss a girl,
Hold on.
great. You're experimenting. But
can you put that on a cart, Mike, or something? Hang out with lesbians, great. I think we'll find some use for that.
don't get into this. Hang out with lesbians, great.
Great. Okay. Yeah, don't act. Listen, everyone wants to do everything but work in this godforsaken country of ours. Everyone's totally prepared to do everything except for get a job and support themselves and their kids. They got a ton of energy for everything else.
Yeah.
They're bound. They are tornadoes and dynamos when it comes to anything else but supporting themselves and their kids. Karen, your kid, you're 15. Don't experiment.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Jessica,
Yeah.
you're 19.
Uh-huh. Well, first of all, I hope you feel better.
No, thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm really bad.
I have a problem. I'm 19 and everything. I've been married for 6 months.
Uh-oh. Oh, Drew's gambling.
Just in the voice, but let her tell the story.
Okay. I have a problem. See, I am addicted to sex.
Oh.
Badly.
Now there's really some gambling going on. Drew just got out his green visor.
Is that bad?
What do you mean by addicted? What does that mean to you?
I'm wanting it 24/7.
Has it always been that way with you?
Ever since I met my husband. Yeah.
Or was he the first guy you were active with?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Well, I told my mom I was just started at 18, but I was 16.
Okay. And it's been with the same guy ever since?
Yeah.
Has it gotten worse?
Yeah. Because he comes home and he's tired, and I don't know. He just.
How old is he?
He's 23.
We'll do some math there. 16 and 20.
Yeah.
He was 21.
21? How old were you when you met him?
16.
15?
Huh?
15?
No. I was 16.
All right.
I'm ready.
You want to gamble?
Sure.
All right, hold on. I'm going with nothing.
We've been off, by the way, a lot.
I know.
3 or 4 times.
I blame that on the listeners.
All right. Everything's fine?
Yeah, I'm going with a fine family.
I'm going fine family, but she has an eating disorder. There was over-intrusive
Ooh,
stuff
because of the little girl voice.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Ooh, I got the shivers. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cry and cover myself with a blanket in the back. Jessica,
Don't touch anything.
I'm not gonna touch anything. Jessica, we will get to the bottom of the gambling when we return.
I feel so.
It's a fun band to watch live. It really is. A really good band. All right, Drew, you want to get back to the gambling? Big Bad Voodoo Daddy is going to be in here tomorrow night. Clive Barker the next night. Got to be excited about that, Drew.
Yeah, it's nice. We have a great lineup coming up, too.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy John Popper. What instrument will I play when John comes in? You know, it's Loveline tradition to jam with John Popper. Maybe I'll dust off the ivories. That's a good suggestion, Mike. Yeah, that's good.
I'm not wheeling the piano into that studio.
Not a whole piano. I'll just bring my Hammond in. I mean my Casio. Whatever it is I got at home, I'm bringing it in. Haven't figured that out yet. You know, Drew?
Yeah, I know.
I'm such an artist, I don't even know what instrument I have. Okay. What's going on? Oh, we're gambling on Jessica.
Yes.
She's 19. She wants to have sex all the time. She's married.
Little girl voice.
Little girl voice. I'm going nothing happened to her.
And I'm going perfect family also, but a little overly intrusive, a little bulimia around 14.
Ooh, that's good. Eating disorder. Very solid. Jessica,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Well, first I want to straighten something up. Me and my husband met at 16. I started having sex when I was 18.
Okay.
Okay, I kind of get mixed up.
All right.
And no, that's ridiculous BS. You just told us 5 minutes ago that you lost your virginity when you were 16 and that you told your mom you were 18 when you did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she may be listening?
Huh?
Okay. Here we go. Ever have an eating disorder?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I just had a baby 3 months ago.
You ever thrown anything up for any reason?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I must have I've thrown up 30 times. 50 times, and I don't have an eating disorder. All right. Both your parents together?
Yep.
Are they overly intrusive?
No.
You know what the word intrusive means?
Not really.
All right. It means too involved.
Ballet lessons when you were 3.
Crossing the line.
Oh, no.
Coming in your room without knocking.
No.
Okay. Let's see. What else?
That's something.
Any physical abuse, sexual abuse?
No. That's one thing I'm really happy about. I was never growing up like that.
Nothing went on.
No.
Everything's been fine.
All right. I now have the great satisfaction of taking back the $2 that I originally put out there because Drew did not put any money of his own out there. Where am I going to spend all this, Drew?
So what do I do?
She wants sex all the time.
Yeah.
Work with your husband.
All right.
Don't put the screws to the guy. He works hard. What's he do for a living?
He works for Olson Excavation. He works with tractors all day.
Oh, he's out there with Olson.
Yeah.
What's he driving? Like a backhoe or an asphalt spreader or something? Backhoe?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he washes them too.
He washes them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those babies get dirty.
Huh?
They never see asphalt. You know, they're always right out in the dirt.
Yeah.
And then they got the water truck. You know, a lot of mud. All right, the guy works hard out in the sun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't wear his hard hat into the house, does he?
No.
No, he takes it off as soon as he can,
Is
right?
anything related to...
Right.
This is something...
This is, by the way, the phoniest part about every beer commercial is they have all the guys sitting around the bar. They're all wearing their hard hats.
The bar.
Yeah. Like a mug's going to fall off the rack or something. You can't keep these guys... You can't get these guys to put their helmet on when they're at work.
Right.
But we have to somehow show, because of we're doing TV now,
Right.
that these guys work construction, so we'll have them all keep the hats on.
I wonder if it's anything to do with the child. Anything that's gotten worse since...
Could have been. Yeah. All right, give the guy a break. He's working on the backhoe. You don't need another hoe when he gets home. People are at home laughing, Drew. I really want you to know
There's
that.
a lot of different... There's a real common for there to be a difference in sexual desire. And, it can be the man or the woman that's overly involved. And they need to reach a compromise. She needs to find ways to take care of herself, too, so she's not so frustrated.
Drew, talk to Jim. I'm out of it.
Hey, by the way, my wife called me during the break. She wants to hear the Jimmy story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. We're talking about it.
She had to go unload the luggage, and she said, has the fart story come yet?
I tell you,
Did I miss it?
Here's the deal. Last night at the Weenie Roast over at Irvine Meadows, we had to get back to the Irvine Marriott, which was the hotel all the bands and jocks and everyone was staying at. And it's about a 20-minute ride and a little bit of traffic. And, you know, anytime you make it from backstage to a venue that holds 16,000, 17,000 people, it takes a little while to get to the hotel. And they have this shuttle. And the shuttle is it's bigger than a van. It's sort of almost like a miniature school bus. It's like a bus, got a high ceiling. So you sit 2 across and or 4 across, and it probably holds 20, 22, 26 people. Anyway, my buddy Jimmy, before we get out of the parking lot, and, you know, it's all strangers, breaks wind. And I mean breaks it good.
But he announces it or just tries to sneak one by?
No, he just tries to sneak one by. As a matter of fact, he didn't break wind. He threw it on the ground and hit it with the Gallagher sledgehammer and destroyed it. He annihilated wind. So then just break it. It's not like kindling over his knee. And it didn't make any noise, but we're sitting in there with all these record reps and concert people and stuff, and all industry types. And all of a sudden, everyone just started reacting. Oh, oh, dear Lord. Now, people had had a few drinks, and, it's a pretty raucous crowd. But these weren't 15-year-old teenagers. These were people in their 30s, So everyone's like, oh. And now, the trouble was, no one could figure out how to work the windows.
Oh.
They had those, child-proof windows that slid up halfway, and you had to have, two hands depressing two things simultaneously, and then, a third hand applying pressure in a different direction to get the window up. So people were actually panicking, like the bus had gone off, like Chappaquiddick.
Right.
Like the bus had gone off the bridge into the river, and people had to get out. So they're fiddling with the thing, and they couldn't figure it out. And then I said, okay, all right. And it sort of blew through, and it was all right. And then somebody cracked their window. But the problem is they only cracked one window, and it was just enough to get the circulation going. And I said to everybody, and people were actually moving seats now.
Had Jimmy had been identified as the culprit at that point?
Yes, because he told everyone to grow up when they're moving their seats, which was real funny. So, I said to the woman who cracked her window just enough, it's like backdraft, fan to flame. I said, listen, the fire may burn shorter, but it will burn brighter with that circulation going through there. And sure enough, I barely got done with uttering that sentence when Jimmy peeled off another salvo. And this one was really bad because it just had that cross ventilation, that swirl effect going. And now people were irate. Just, now, come on. Oh, one guy got hold of some air wick or something and started spraying it into the window, and it was blowing all over the place, and people were moving on.
You, of course,
I was laughing
crying.
so hard that my right testy hurt, but I couldn't stop laughing. And he let one more off, and everyone just piled out of the bus, and it was a cross between
Was he laughing?
Oh yes, it was a cross between sort of disgust and shock too. They were like, "What are you doing?" So they all piled out of the bus. They were all standing at the front desk. Jimmy piled out behind them. They were all standing there, checking in and getting things in order. I saw Jimmy pass by them about 4 feet behind them when they're all standing with their backs to him, start cracking up a little and head toward the elevators. And about 30 seconds later, the same group just started screaming at the top of their lungs. And then I was laughing so hard in the lobby at that point that everyone thought it was me.
Of course.
Who did that damage. But I'll tell you, it's just nothing funnier, Drew. You really would have got a kick out of that. Wish, there was really a Kodak moment. Jim? No, boy. Jim? No, who knows where he is. Walter?
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, Adam, Drew?
Walter.
Yeah, right.
Geez, your show is great, and I love you guys. Have to say that first.
Thank you.
Anyways, I actually I've been talking to this chick online. Okay, no big deal. And but she's 28 and she really wants to meet me. And she doesn't have a picture online or nothing, but well,
I hope you can type faster than you can talk, Walter.
What's the question here? Walter?
We do meet. She tells me what her body is like. She's told me, the sizes and everything. Is that should I be with a chick that's older or?
That's an awfully big. That's a pretty substantial age difference. It's one thing if you're 21, but that's in a sort of different place in her life.
Yeah,
than you would be.
she's divorced. You can get caught up. Let me see, Walter.
Yeah.
She divorced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Rebound. Drew, my theory. Women that get divorced, women that get married early, stay married for too long, then they get divorced, always bang around with some 17 or 18-year-old.
Right.
Meanwhile,
some of that is,
this is the first taste of real trim the 17 or 18-year-old has had,
Right.
and he gets sucked right into that vortex.
Yes, and sometimes women that do this are with these younger men mostly because they aren't they're not real to them. They're not the guys that can hurt them, which are their
You can't
peers.
have a relationship with a guy who's wearing a wind-up beanie.
Right. So
carries his baseball mitt with him.
It's all sort of a fantasy that they live out.
And as I was saying to someone over the weekend, and I don't know if I said it to you, Drew, but I swear it's true. When women are young, it's all about what the guy is. Is he the captain of the football team? Is he tall? Is he handsome? Is he cool?
Yeah.
Is he popular? That's all maybe 13 through like 22, 23.
Then it becomes what he isn't.
As they get 27, 28, 29, he's not an alcoholic. He doesn't have a prison record. He's not going to beat the crap out of me. He's not a pedophile. Great. I'm in. I don't even have to see him. Believe me, guys, this is when you can really clean up sexually.
It's interesting. To talk to women that age. They really feel desperate, like there's no men around, that are of quality.
Well, they think the good ones are taken. I'm in this. All right, let's break.
All right.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right.
Tomorrow night, John Popper coming up, Mike Ness, Social D, High Tasters, Rancid.
Hopefully you'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't want to come today, actually.
Yeah, but you're really going to be messed up tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. Okay. True. There's a certain pleasure you take in saying that.
I'm just trying to help you. Just take it easy tomorrow.
I'm supposed to go to the shrink tomorrow. I got to cancel. They charge you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if you don't
Not
give
for illness.
Really?
I think you'll be okay. You reschedule it.
All right. Happy birthday to producer Ann.
Yeah.
She wouldn't tell me, but I know I did get a look at her license. It was either 24 or 23 or 24. So happy one of those, baby. And until next time.
I've been working with her for 11 years.
Yeah. She was prepubescent when you met her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
If I can do it, they can do it, you can do it. Bye-bye for now.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the staff or management or producers or directors or the advertising or anyone. They might be Bob's. I'm Bob, and they're mine. The producer of Loveline is Ann Wilkins. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment. Grr. Arg. We now return you to your highly tested, regularly scheduled programming. Bye.